You leave Caddyshack out of this.
Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. We got a crowd in here, and I'm sure we're going to have a crowd out there. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Kyle, do that thing you do, brother.
I just welcome everybody in. Come on in. I don't care if you slide in sideways with your socks hanging off. Glad you're here. It's been one of those weeks. Been a good week until a little bit ago, but uh, so far it's been a great week. Glad to have it under our belt, and we just move forward into doing what we do. And I appreciate everybody for being here. And I'm going to turn it over to.
All right, what's up, folks? Good to be here. It's been a while. It's been a minute, and I apologize. I've been super busy, working 2 jobs right now, just trying to get caught up on some stuff. So yeah, I work at night and I work during the day, doing what I got to do. But it's good to be here. Good to see everyone out there, and we got some good stuff coming your way. So with that being said, we will go that way.
Down camera. Glad to be here. Glad you could join us. Another Friday night. Another week gone by. I got much going on, so I'll pass it on to Led Smith down there in the corner.
All right. Good to see everybody. Glad you're here. Glad for y'all having me here. And I don't have too terribly much going on, gun related. I'm mostly kind of working with some things around the home and some outdoor stuff that needs to be taken care of. Of course, working a regular job and everything, but I do have these bullets that are ready to load up for 7.62 by 3.9, and it can't be too much longer before I bring that to the table. And I think I'm gonna pass it that way.
Howdy, folks. Good to be here again. Glad to see Scotsman and Austin back on the scene here. Not a whole lot going on. Couple range trips this week, couple range reports. Other than that, I've just been finishing up chores and getting ready to go back to work. What you got, Gene?
Just had a good week. Glad to be here, a part of this illustrious panel. Look at this panel. I mean, just come on, man. Look at that side chat. It's just rolling. This is great. Thanks for having me. I greatly appreciate it, everybody. Let's have a good chat tonight. And on to the next one.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for inviting me on, guys. I've been looking forward to this all day. I just started my 4-day weekend, and I've been spent the whole morning at the range with my son. Got a lot of filming done, and I just got back from my best friend's daughter's graduation party.
Right on. Lots of that going on this time of year.
Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, lots of that. So I'm showing 22 already. I want to apologize to everybody out there in the side chat for if there were any confusion. We set up everything like we usually do, and I sent out links. Nobody could get in the studio. The stream didn't show up on YouTube, so we deleted that one and started another one. And
here we are.
I have to address Jason Stewart's comment. No, absolutely no.
Boo.
And if I'm gonna answer that particular comment in the fashion it should be, it would be hell no.
Well, I gotta say, there was a time or two I was pretty clean shaven up here, but nature's doing that for me on its own now.
I'm good for a while.
I don't mind being bald up here, but no, up here it stays. It stays.
I've gotten to where I dust off the baldness with my little tassel. but it is red, white, and blue.
Right on.
Thanks, Gun Hobos 62, which is a fine year. Thanks, brother. So maybe we'll get a few more folks in here. Good to see Tread out there. I ought to go through the side chat before they all get over here, and it doesn't take so long. But I ain't gonna do them like that. So
I'd give them a couple minutes, let them get over this way.
Zinc Master, is that Andy?
That's Andy. Yep.
I would assume it is. What's going on, brother? There's Mark. So yeah, they're figuring it out now. I'm sorry, guys. We just couldn't get in there.
I don't know if it was StreamYard or if it was YouTube. One of the two was not talking to each other and just causing problems.
And this, Abigail, is what Memorial Day is all about. My condolences to your family, and thank you for your grandfather's sacrifice.
Honor the
Amen.
fallen.
Amen.
There you go.
We have a long weekend here, and we don't have a long weekend for nothing. And you guys all know that to me, anyone who served, has served, and does serve is a huge part of my life. And remembering those that we've lost is huge. So taking the full weekend, not just one day, but the full weekend, means a lot. So
Amen.
That's my little brother's dog tag.
Y'all gonna get me choked up before I get started, ain't you?
I wanted to share that because he was a hell of a man. He served his country proudly and was ignored when he came back home.
unfortunately, too many are.
That was yeah, that goes on way too much.
Yes,
It
it does.
goes on way too much. So, what we do gun related this week? Anything, Kyle? You just work?
That's a cool trick.
That's a neat trick.
It really is.
What's a neat trick? Talking with your mic muted? I'm
Thought you were a
trying to round up
ventriloquist.
enough people that can come over here and drag this solid steel reloading bench back into the reloading room. I'm ready to get that thing set back up again. I haven't reloaded anything for a minute. Y'all thought I was just throwing my voice, didn't you?
Well, we did, except for it wasn't coming out of nobody else in the panel. So
So I did a good job. I threw it real far.
you did. Kyle said, "Thought I went deep."
No, this holiday weekend it actually means a really lot to me, and Monday's going to be a rough day, but there is a reason why we have it as a holiday. So we all need to practice that and understand what it's for. It's not to thank veterans; it's to remember those that have passed away.
Yeah, it's probably not the weekend to thank a veteran for his service. as I said
Yeah.
last night.
Everyone's got to remember we have different things. We have Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and so many others, and they're all separate from each other. And Memorial Day is really sitting back, taking the time. It's not a holiday. I hate the word holiday. It's not a holiday. But sitting back and taking the time to remember those that have gave the ultimate sacrifice for you to be here, for you to have the freedoms that you have. That's what we're here for.
It's not about barbecue ribs and chicken legs. It's about remembering those that died in the service.
And they did so that you could have ribs and hot wings, whatever.
And
So
the biggest part of the whole thing is they did it willingly. You got to remember that. They ran into the fight willingly.
They wrote a check to this country up to and including their life.
there's Mr. High Boy. What's going on, brother?
I'll tell you what. Be right back. I'm gonna show you what me and Angel are gonna do on Monday.
They started hanging up their decorations around town with soldiers from the area. I like it when they do that. Over here in the little town called Amo, about 5 minutes north of here. Another small little town, but pretty good stuff.
All right, we got 250 of these that we're gonna spread throughout the Georgia National Cemetery, which is a little bit up the street from my house. And we're going to start at about 5:30 in the morning. I think they're going to have a sunrise service at about 6:15, 6:30. And that's how we're going to spend our early morning. Then we're going to come back and reflect and do a little bit of cooking and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. That's the epitome of what it means to be an American right there.
Yep.
Stepping up, going out, and honoring those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice.
I've already got all my pennies lined up. I don't know if I don't know if y'all know this, but you put a penny on the headstone to acknowledge that they served. You put a nickel if you went with basic training through them or through basic training with them, and you put a dime on there if you went into battle with them, and you put a quarter on there if they help save your life. So if y'all are wandering around cemeteries this weekend and you see a bunch of coins on there, don't scrape them up. Yeah. They're there for a purpose.
That's interesting. I knew that was the significance, but I didn't know exactly what.
It was good to hear the breakdown of it when I was at Arlington Cemetery visiting a relative of mine. You know, I saw the coins and I knew there was something significant, but I really didn't understand what the purpose was. So, Kyle, I really appreciate you breaking down by denomination what that means.
Yes, sir. My honor.
All right, so Jamie, you've been casting up some new molds, man. What have you been casting? What are you going to let these people know what you've been up to?
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of waiting around for 6-shooter Texan to get in here. And, those of you that may have seen his latest video about a mold that he created. He sent me one, so I'm thankful for him doing that and thinking of me and knowing that I got a new revolver. And the revolver is awesome, guys. I don't know if y'all have seen my video where me and Kyle got back with it the other day, but there he is.
Asking ye shall receive.
Yeah, Cranky. We got 8 people on the panel, and if you also notice, none of them are clean shaven. Shaving's for lazy people, right?
That's what I hear.
I have other words for that, but not on this chat.
Okay.
Wrong room.
First of all, let's talk about the revolver is 44 special. It is a Ruger Blackhawk flat top. And as I've learned from CW and Leadsmith, it's a pretty special gun, and I'm honored to have it. And glad that I was able to get it, particularly uh, for the price that I was able to get it for. And a Scotsman put a bug in an ear through a Cabela's, and next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call. So you guys are awesome. Uh, First thing, I got to thank Kyle for loaning me his Lee mold, and he rode down with me to pick up the gun at the Ackwork Cabela's. This is a pretty cool mold. It's a Lee 429 240.
That's the
And
round nose.
that's the round nose.
Yeah.
And, well, they look like this after you powder coat them with John's Gray powder coat. Uh,
I'm telling you, hang out at the house if you're going to come on Monday. We'll hang out at the house, cast a.
I'll see what I can do. Scott's CW worked a deal and found me a good deal on 3 molds. This is the Lyman. This is the one that I think is going to be the most interesting in 44 Special. It's a 200 grain semi wad cutter. I've not cast with it yet, but it is gas checked, so it'll work good in a 44 Magnum lever gun too. So I'll be saving up for that. The This one is the 429 383. It is very similar to the Lee bullet, and if I can get a couple of these out, I'll show you quickly the difference in the two. And I should probably blow up my screen, shouldn't I? Okay, let's see. All right, this is the Lee bullet cast. It's pretty ojibby, as y'all can tell. See there, and it has 2 loop grooves, and then the Lyman is same weight, 240 grains, and it's got a thinner ogive. Come on, focus. There you go. And it's got the 1 loop groove and a crimp groove. So these are 2 very similar bullets. So, but the Lyman does have less ogive. Then I got this is a single cavity. Also in the deal that CW got me. This is the Elmer Keith bullet, the 429 421, and it looks like where'd those go? It's this big old honking semi-wad cutter, 245 grains. Uh, Top driving band's pretty fat, and it has a good size crimp groove and a nice size lube groove. And Leadsmith, I think these are the exact ones that you sent me. Am I right?
They're close, very close.
That one's a round bottom, round grease groove.
I
Through,
couldn't I couldn't see your bullet, the Lyman one, real well, but I think one thing about the 503 mold is the top driving band. Actually, a lot of times it's thick enough it'll protrude right into the case or into the throat.
Right. You can see a difference.
yeah, shorter nose, longer bearing surface.
Right.
There you go. Nice.
So, by the way, Leadsmith sent me those bullets. But this is the one. This is a custom made by our buddy, 6-shooter Texan. And it is basically a 230 grain semi wad cutter with no lube grooves, slick sided.
Beautiful mold.
It is a beautiful mold. It's heavy duty aluminum body. Look at the thickness of that sprue plate.
Awesome.
What I'm talking about.
Yep.
Brass set screws on the screws that hold the sprue plate down. This is all I can say is NOE, eat your heart out.
Damn right.
Yeah, they're probably going to steal your design, Rick. So be prepared. And that mold don't work. This is after I got it heated up and got it ready. I did those in about an hour today. So
Heck yeah.
then I did some 335 stuff too. You know, I never thought of 35, 358 bullets as being small till I started casting 44 bullets. And you guys that do 45, yeah.
See those big honking ones I was casting? I didn't weigh them yet. But they're over
No.
500 grains.
That's crazy.
They can get up there, dude. Oh yeah.
I'm
Hell,
telling you, Jamie, if you wanna come over Monday morning, we can spend Monday afternoon on the back porch. I got plenty of molds. We can send you home with a bunch of bullets.
It is. And John's out there. John's hand loading. That's what his powder coat. Let me tell you something. I love Eastwood dark blue and mirror red. This powder coat from John works every bit as good as those two does.
So is John making that himself, or where does that come from?
He's out there in the side chat. It
was given to him, and he got a lot of it. So he's just spreading the love.
Okay.
It's really good stuff. I've got to use some of it too. Thank you, CW.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Apparently,
both.
there's a 6-shooter Texan. Thanks, buddy. I can't thank you enough. That is a beautiful mold, and to think that you'd think of me, that's awesome. But yeah,
Beautiful work.
I do have the T7 right here, and I have the Lee 4-hole classic turret press there, and I have the rock chucker over yonder off the bench right now. But I've got another plate ordered for it, and I'm y'all tell me what you think. I'm making a decision. I am I ordered the Lee press update kit, which is can convert your press to a breech lock thing. And I'm going to take the bearing out of that has the threads in it where you screw your dies in, and I'm going to take it out, put that Lee thing in, so that I can use the Lee uh, that the one that goes in the APP press, the bullet sizing dies. I'm going to use those. I have those on order for in 431 and 430, and I'll use whichever one uh, works the best. But I'm excited about all that stuff. I've spent some money this month, and wife finds out I'm in the doghouse. But as you
Well,
guys know,
you
the
know my
doghouse
thoughts.
ain't so bad.
You know my thoughts on size and dies. Buy the NOE size and die body, and you can tell them what bushing you want. If I really wish that I'd have known that years ago. I would not have so many Lee size and dies. I just have a little handful of the exact diameter that I was looking for, and it's only seven to $11 a piece, depending on what you're doing. I mean, you got to bite it to buy the body, but then the inserts are nothing.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one, Kyle.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Works really good.
It's the NOE actually did a very good job. It's a standard die that actually fits the Lee red buckets, and you just change the end of it. There's a disc that goes in the end of it, and you can order it in any size you want. And instead of paying $20 for
Must be chilly down there.
Yeah, so you guys are. I got to talking and missed out on a bunch of.
I'm sorry, I'm having internet issues, and I don't know what's going on. Did y'all hear anything of what I just said?
Oh yeah, we heard all that.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just froze at the tail end.
Okay, yeah, you just pay $7 to $11, depending on how big it is, for the exact insert. Uh-oh.
There's also a adapter to use the NOE with the APP that you can get. Uses the APP thread, skip thread design, and it takes the NOE sizers. I think
Fuzz, I'm fixing to have to go through back surgery. I'm not going to ask Jamie to pick up that thing if I ain't going to grab half of it too. Not happening. But that is funny. I appreciate that.
Not just that, Fuzz. I think he wants to use these molds and make some 44 bullets.
Hey, we can do that too. Let's do it. Come on.
Hey, so I got an email from Jason Stewart right before we went on the air, and Chris from the 740 got a text from him with a link. Let me see if I can share with y'all what this is about, and I want everybody's comment. Yeah, we know that. It's telling me screen sharing works best with two monitors. Well, I don't have two monitors. There's the Rebel Mike Hester. What's going on, brother? And I'll run through the side chat in a minute.
Let me blow you up here on my side. It sucks being blind.
Can y'all see that?
Well, I see it's out of stock.
Well, it is, ain't it? Let me roll this down a little bit. Okay, it says the culmination of nearly 40 years of progressive press design and production. Years of comments and suggestions have been incorporated into this new press. The six-pack reloading press, bin and bracket, and universal case feed magazine. So Reloading dies, shell plate, auto drum powder measure, and long or short powder charging dies are sold separately. Well, we kind of knew that, didn't we?
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
Manufacturer suggested retail price is $350,
Hmm.
and there are 6 stations so that you can incorporate. I'll move it on down here. 6 station allows any brand of dies to be used: inline bullet feed dies, powder check dies, and such. Simple and reliable automatic indexing. When have we heard that from Lee before, right?
Tinkering. Your
Right.
mileage may vary.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's tinkering. I've got 2 load masters, and I tinker with them more than I load on them. But I mean, it's not their fault. It's just
Yeah,
it's a great
tinkering's not all
design.
bad.
It's just you know I'm it works for what I use them for, but could it be better? Yeah, it could. But then again, I'd have to pay 3 times as much for it to be better.
Kyle, I've got some information from Titan Reloading on how to set the Loadmaster up correctly with all the little nuances and ticks in there. And I've got mine running where I do all the process. I deprime it, reprime it, charge it, bullet feed it, crimp it out the end.
Yeah,
And
Willie. When Willie was here, he played with mine, and he loaded up like 200 rounds or something. He goes, "Man, this thing's running good. I messed with it for 2.5 days, but I got it running great."
I think
I'll send you a copy of these instructions for it. And I followed them when I got my last Loadmaster,
You
and
got my
I haven't had
email.
a problem.
You got my
I'm
email.
sorry. Yeah, reloading from the hotpot at gmail.com.
Well, that's your email. Do you have mine?
No, but I can get it.
It's Lusk, Lusk dot Kyle2 @gmail.
so. This thing looks. It looks like the base is from the value turret press and the APP.
It looks like a hybrid of both of them.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a mutt.
And it's a 6 station.
It's a mutt.
All right, I'm going to stop. We've seen it enough. We can talk about it now. So I'm going to take that off of there. And
Tinkering ain't so bad, knowing the detail we want to have as the outcome. Little tinkering's okay.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be tinkering with any of them, basically. There's Mac Man. What's up, brother?
Oh, I blew the screen up. I was wondering why I couldn't see the chat anymore.
And we got to keep in mind, Lee keeps stuff down to a budget level, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a nuisance on some points, but it's kind of a blessing on the others.
Right.
I mean, I got to tell you, the $40 little C single stage press has been invaluable to me because everybody needs just a single stage press every now and then, and when you need it, you need it. Ain't no sense in reconfiguring a 47 station automated, whatever, when all you need to do is just do one process. And that little what is it, the champion? Is that what they call it? Champion or I can't remember what they call it, but it's just a little single stage press. It's been invaluable to me.
The Lee Reloaded press.
I don't know. It's a little bitty one with the wooden. Yep. That little doodad right there is best $49 you'll ever spend.
Well, the reason I decided to do that with my RCBS rock chucker is because when I use that little Lee C press, uh, it feels like on really hard sizing uh, applications, it feels like it's about to break. So I wanted that RCBS rock chucker to do that. And,
Right.
uh,
I've even been reforming 223 brass into 300 blackout and not had a problem with it. But I mean, it feels a little wonky, but yeah, I ain't had any problems with it.
there's a Parkus. Let's go through and get our opinions on this Lee thing. Walks Fletcher says rock chucker forever. There you go. The Redding T7 is a fine press as well. Uh, I do so much on that thing, and the rock chucker's got so much power. So, uh, Chris from the 740, what do you think about the Lee thing?
I'm definitely interested in it. I'd set it up for 9mm.
What are you loading 9mm on now?
Loadmaster.
Me too.
It looks like it looks to be smaller, take up less of a footprint on your bench, and a lot lighter than a Loadmaster. What do you think?
I got plenty of bench space. I can add another one. But
I see a bunch of people in the side chat saying no on the little Lees. I hadn't broke mine yet. I've been using it for years.
Um,
oh, I've cranked. I couldn't even tell you how many thousands and thousands of rounds in 9. I did 500 this week on it.
we lost somebody.
Yeah, we lost Mark.
Okay, he'll be back. Uh, yes, it's that thing, G. Pishner. Did did you just get here, buddy? We had that thing on there for a while. There's Mock back. So I don't
Oh
know.
Lord.
I don't know what to tell you about that, Miss Kitty.
All
Jamie.
right. If you're going to be doing 50 BMG, go to Dylan. Dylan makes one press, especially for a 50 BMG. It's all it's designed for, nothing else but the 50 BMG. Yes, it's pricey. It's a Dylan, but buy it.
Yes, and
Lee
you have
makes one
to
as
have
well. So does our CBS.
you have to have a special press for 50 BMG. Jamie, did you see who entered the room? We have to do it.
Okay,
Count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Hey.
That's a Friday night tradition.
Yeah.
He even reminded us.
Good evening, Mario. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
That's a good point, Cranky. So
All right. Here's the thing. So if you already have presses that are reliable and they run and you have no problems, you don't need to spend money and buy another one.
Yeah, I didn't jump into the APP press run on the market, so to speak. I got the little single stage Lee. I got 2 Loadmasters. I've got my Dillon. I've got an RCBS rock chucker. Uh, I'm press poor. I don't need any more. I got every one of them set up for a different caliber. So if I want to load this, I go to this. If I want to load this, I go to this. And I started out with a 550 Dillon, and have never been disappointed with it. Yeah, every now and then, hey, after a couple of several thousand rounds, you got to take it apart and clean it. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but hey, it's with any tool that you use, you got to keep it maintained. So
Well, I'll tell you, one of the best ones that I've bought so far to date is not the Dylan. And a lot of you will freak out like, oh, it's not a Dylan.
I ain't gonna freak out.
But the Lyman, All American 8.
I've heard that was a very, very, very good press.
It's a solid press. I don't even know how many turrets I got now. Six or seven different turrets for it.
Yeah.
I got a bunch.
Well, I mean that's where I'm at. If I get a new press, now I got to buy all new turrets and move everything over, reset everything, and all that. Where I'm at right now, I got one Loadmaster for 9mm and 40. All I have to do is change the tool head. I got one for 300 blackout and 223. All I have to do is change the tool head. The Dillon is set up for large primer only. Doesn't matter if it's 45, 270, 30-06, 308. I just use it. And the single stage is for routine stuff it's for your case prepping stuff. Your universal decapping pins, and if you're resizing brass to a different caliber, that
All
kind
right.
of stuff. That's the way I roll.
67 Rebel SSD. I'm not sure exactly what kind of flexing issue you have going on, but shoot me an email, man. I'll help you out the best I can. I got zero issues with that press. I've loaded tons of rounds on it. You're having problems, shoot me a message. I'll help you out. We'll get it fixed.
I've got an email. I got a video out on how I tightened mine up. I didn't have flex. I had some deflection. I had about 15 or 17 thousandths of an inch deflection in the turret, and I show you how to eliminate that.
Yeah, there's little catches to all of them. I don't care who makes it. Somebody's going to find a problem with it. Like I said, Willie spent 2 days playing with one of my Loadmaster. Thank you. Spent 2 days playing with it, and man, that thing runs like a damn dream.
Well, those Lee presses the progressives are just like an old quadra-junk carburetor. They run, but you got to tinker with them and get them fine-tuned.
Good old Quadrabog.
That's
But
the thing, man. But the thing, any press. It's any press.
Yeah,
all these
all
things are mechanical. They all have issues, and it's taking the time, going slow, and figuring out what the issue is.
And I've heard that people have had problems out of them little Lee, the $40 little Lee single stage ones. I've never had a problem out of them. I've heard of people having problems out of them. I'm like, what were you trying to do with it?
Yeah, what were you trying to do with that Lee single stage? Because I've got one. I size all my bullets in it. I reshape all my 300 blackout on it. I decap on it. I mean that little thing.
It's a bullet sizing beast. I mean, as quick as you can work this hand is as quick as you can work this hand.
Well, with that being said, Mrs. Hotshot is pretty good at sizing bullets.
To address Andy's comment there, I've got 3 different heads. I'm not big on changing the heads out on that American 8. It's just I don't need to. But I've got 3 different heads, and they were not all 10 thousandths out. One of them was only 7. I don't remember what the other one was, but they were all out more than I liked. And with my changes, I'm out about a half, 3/4 of a thousandths now.
Oh, and I forgot my Lee 4-hole turret press. That's what I do with 44 Magnum, 38 Special. The little oddball stuff. And I'd never use it with the little stem in there that manually turns the turret. No, I do that by hand. I just do it. I use it as a single stage press, and I was doing it so much, using it as a single stage press. I've got a separate turret for it, that just has a decapping die in it. And I got to thinking, why? Why am I doing this? So I took the die out of that and I reset it. Now I have a set for 44 Magnum and a set for 44 Special because I repurposed that turret that I bought. And then I got the single stage over there with a decapping die in it with a quick change. I mean, it's not that big a deal. But I really don't. I want to know what people are doing on that little. It's not the Challenger. It's the little one, the little Lee C press. It's the one Elvis Ammo's got screwed to his bench. I can't think of the name of it. I want to know what people are doing. They're saying they're breaking it. I don't know how you're breaking it. It's cast iron, you know. Damn.
No, it's cast aluminum.
It's cast aluminum.
It's cast aluminum, but
Yeah.
I mean, what are you trying to do?
Well, after so many years, Elvis is actually broke, and they took care of him on it. But that was after years of use.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
So-
just use it for sizing bullets and decapping stuff before I put it in the wet tumbler to clean it up. You know, I mean, and that's perfect for me. You just chink, 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 chink. You know, you can blow through it in a heartbeat. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll let somebody else talk.
A lot of times it's just a matter of rhythm. You know, everybody handles equipment differently. Some people develop a rhythm and have a natural rhythm for operating machinery. They understand, breaking points. They understand how their movements, affect the outcome. Some people don't really grasp that. And, a rhythm is a pretty cumbersome thing to obtain for some. I think a lot of times that results in some of the damage that you see out there, or a lot of folks that are just complaining that they're having some problems out of what something is a normally reliable piece of equipment.
I mean, we've all bought something that was supposed to be solid gold that ended up being cow manure. You know,
Yeah.
we've all bought that, based on other people's opinions and what we were sold at the store and all that stuff. I don't have a problem with it. What I've seen a lot of is people not using lube on their brass and getting cases stuck. But you're going to have that on any press that you use.
And that's not a press's fault. That's a die and a lube and a process situation there.
Exactly.
Lee
As far as,
actually
you
has
know,
videos
purpose-
on how to get stuck cases out of dies.
Yeah. As far as purpose driven, back to a little bit of what Scotsman was saying about if you've got a system that works, you don't need another press. But at the same time, some guys will start out basic budget, see if they like the reloading process at all, and then upgrade to things like your more progressive stuff. I went to a manual turret press, one you turn by hand, and it does me just fine for my volume. But I guarantee you, if I was shooting competition or something, I'd have a progressive set up dedicated to a certain round, and that was that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of purpose driven at the same time. What our goals are.
I came
That's what I do.
very, very close to buying another Dillon 550 because I was using my one because I was shooting competition 9mm, and that's all I was using it for. And then I'd change it out to 45 and 40 cal, and I was like, this is just too much, too much drama. I don't need this drama in my life. I want to sit here, listen to music, and load bullets. And I come really close to buying another 550. I said, well, I'll give this Loadmaster a try. And now I load my 9mm on the Loadmaster. I'm not shooting competition right now, but I was. It works great. But I noticed it worked for 9 and 40 with the same shell plate. All I had to do was change tool head, So that worked out good. Now I just use my 550 for large primer applications.
I keep one 550 with a large primer, one with a small, and I removed my advance on the little Lee 4 turret. So, like Mark was saying, I run mine manual.
Right.
First thought was it runs backwards from the way I want to run it, so I didn't like that.
Yeah, yeah. You,
So
you, you
I
you
just
take
pulled
all
the
the
rod.
time to set everything up, and then you figure out it's going the wrong way, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I just pull a rod out of
I
it
think we're all guilty of that.
and run it the way I want to run it, and it's fine.
Squirrel Daddy makes an advanced rod where it'll turn clockwise instead of counterclockwise.
Mm, okay, good
And
to
I
know.
need to.
I'll be honest with everybody, even the side chat. I don't know where the advancing rod is for my 4-hole lead turret press. Have no clue. It's been so long since I've used it. I have no clue where it is.
So we were talking about the Lee 6-pack press.
Yeah, the new one.
Thoughts, CW?
I'll probably pass. I if anybody really knew how many presses I have, they would slap me for even thinking of another press.
Yeah, I'm pretty press poor myself.
I think there's 6 or 8 of them set up, and there's another half a dozen under the bench.
Yeah.
I ain't in that boat unless we
And
start talking shotguns and everything else. But
And
I
that's not
think
even.
y'all know me well enough to know I'm not going to be the first one to buy anything. I'd give it a year and a half, 2 years, and then see how it shakes out.
Well, and see, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's the same thing with guns. I usually wait 6 months to a year, let them work out the kinks and the bugs and all the rest of it, and then potentially I'll look at buying it.
I
I'm
saw
not
and I,
one to
and I
jump in
appreciate.
and buy right off the rip. And kind of like CW, I got enough presses, man. I got 3 benches. I got multiple press setups. I have all kinds of tool heads, tool changes, the whole 9 yards. I'm good.
One thing I do appreciate is everybody's videos on that APP press. I learned a lot, and I learned enough that it can't do what I can't do with what I've got already. So why buy another press? But everybody's videos helped me reach that decision. So I'm thankful to everybody in our reloading community that put out videos on that press. I mean, some of them were great. Some of them were like, "Well, this is bad, and we need to fix this." And here's a new part that I made in my 3D printer, and maybe this will work. And I was like, "Yeah, that's just too much drama. I just want to sit down, listen to some music, size some bullets, and be done with it."
Well, even my APP, everything's torn off it. It's manual.
Right.
Chuck a bullet and pull a handle.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'll just save myself $80 or whatever it was.
That's a godsend. That little thing, if you're a powder coater, and especially when you do as many as I do, it's awesome.
Well, I mean,
Just use it for
you got to
sizing.
pull the handle every time anyway. So I just used a little $40 lead, uh, whatever it is.
It's faster because you don't have to you don't have to balance the bullet on the post. You just chuck it in the hole, so it's quicker.
Eh,
Good night, 6-shooter Texan. Thanks
Yeah,
again
buddy.
Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by.
thanks for the care package, brother. Have a good time.
Yeah, man.
I'll
That was a
sit
good
down and do 250 bullets at a time. I ain't sitting down doing 1,000.
Now, as far as brass prep, that ACP that Cranky sent me out of the blue was a blessing in disguise. I love the thing. I planned on getting one anyway, and it came in. And for me, that fits my progressive. I can do all my brass prep, put them in a tote, put them in a bucket, boom. Then I've got just a seating die and a crimp die set up in the turret. So I just got my loading down to a science for me, and it works. It's,
Yeah, as long as it works for you, then
right.
don't mess with it. Yeah.
And the Lee the APP press was cheap enough that it does progressive work. I know some guys just dislike what's
Okay.
going on with it, but it does great for me.
I
The
need
thing
to
with
go through
APP is the APP is very finicky. You have to dial it in for everything that you're trying to work on. It's a very
Yep.
finicky press. Once you got it dialed in, it's fantastic. It's freaking awesome. It runs like a freaking champ, but it takes a minute to get it dialed in.
And every time you dial it in, you get quicker at it. So it's just another one of those tinker things. Once you get it figured out, run it.
That's what I've heard, and I've already tinkered with what I've got, and it works fine. I'm
Okay,
not
I need
knocking
to go
anybody that's
through
got
the.
one, not at all. I was thinking about getting one, but I was reading how everybody had to tinker with them, and I've got enough. I don't need another one to sit up underneath the table and be in the way. So I didn't do it. I mean, I can size bullets pretty dang fast. I mean, you can do it faster with the APP. That's fine, but I'm only sitting there doing 250 at the most at one time.
Okay, we got. We've been on almost an hour now, and I've not been through the side chat yet. So while I'm doing this, we still need to get Leadsmith's opinion and Mr. Hotpot's opinion of this with this thing. Yeah, I don't have a long skinny microphone. So we got John's hand loading out there. CW is on the panel. Hobbies Hobos out there. The Zinc Master. G. Pishner Tread. Uh, the Rebels out there. Mike Hester Preacher's Day off. Welcome in, my brother. Mark Thomas Walks Fletcher. Georgia Trapping and Fishing. Welcome, Craig. John's Hand Loading. Chris from the 740 is in the panel. Michael Hurtneck. Six Shooter Texan had to go to a party. That mold is absolutely awesome. We got Hobbies Hobo. Kingpin still out there. Mr. Pollard's out there. G. Pishner. Abigail Finnegan. I'm not going to attempt your middle name, dear. Thanks for being here. Miss Kitty's out there. Ricky Baird, what's going up? He got a new Rock Island today. He got the Rock Island 1911 and 380. John Handloading's been active out there. Good to see him tonight. Reloading from the Hot Pot is in the panel and active out there. Jason Stewart, welcome. Thanks for the link, buddy. Some guy called Georgia Shooting Connection. I don't know who that is. Fuzz T Fork 8. It's Hobo. Tim S. What's going on, brother? There's Mr. Pollard again. Treads out there. Lead Bullet Junkie. Welcome in, brother. The Zinc Master's pretty active out there. I missed him on the Reloading podcast. We need to start watching that on Tuesday nights, guys.
Comes on a little late for me.
67 Rebel SST AMC. Walks Fletcher. Mario Mosen. What's going on? And let me throw that comment up there while we're getting by there. That's been back a while. Edward Petty been up in here. Fuzz again. Kingpin Cranky Cletus. What's going on? And I think I'm repeating myself. Bald and Curious. What's happening? Mr. Val.
We're about halfway through, Jamie. So, what's going on with Willie? Because I know you want to talk about that. So let's talk about that.
And I'm repeating myself anyway. Oh, by the way, the Crazy Scotsman is in the panel and on the side chat.
Bending Ballistics popped in.
Bending Ballistics just showed up. Um, we are working on an DWD 37 and Harm. Yeah. Um, I know I didn't say you guys. We're working on a fundraiser for Willie. We're trying to figure out money now. We're trying to figure out how to get the money uh, from the donations to the family without it being a bunch of mess. And we're we're building two rifles. Um, uh, much thanks to Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog. He's building the A2. There's Echo. We're trying to do an A2 and an M4. And MacMan 39 has donated a couple of prizes from Mac Tools. Um, I think it was, I can't remember who it was exactly. Somebody donated a Tactical Fud donated a $100 gift card for Brown Hills. Um, Gene's got a handguard and a scope. Uh, we're still working on a bolt carrier group. The A2 front side and gas block combination thing, and a gas tube for that. Um, um, Bulldog is donating both lowers. GGW is donating the furniture for the A2. So we're going to have some really nice prizes, and we will start a. There you go. Tim S is donating some Walmart gift cards. Um, GGW also has Willie Bulletman coffee cups. Mark Thomas is donating a leather holster. And yeah.
So basically, what we're trying to figure out, guys, is we're trying to figure out a payment system to get the money over to the wife. So right now, obviously, GoFundMe has been one who has stepped off to the far side and gone the other realm of communism and all the rest of it. And we have some others out there that have done us dirty in the past. So if you guys know of one that is reliable and trustworthy, um, and doesn't have a whole bunch of restrictions as far as firearms are involved, let us know, because that's what I figure out right now. We basically have everything ready to go. We just got to figure out how to get the money from you guys over to help the family. So if you guys have suggestions, please let us know. You can email us, throw it out in the chat, however you want to do it. And we'll look at them and figure it out from there.
I've been looking at one called Give, Send, Go, but it's Christian based, and if they get wind of a raffle for firearms, they'll hemorrhage. We may have to do something where we're making donations and then say absolutely nothing about uh, incentive gifts or anything like that. And we're looking at. I think our goal is going to be $4,000 with two rifles and other prizes to go. And once we get to uh, probably 4 to 6 weeks or $4,000 donated, then we'll give the prizes away. Does that sound fun, guys?
Yeah, that sounds like the idea to go with. You don't have to mention firearms in the GoFundMe or the other platforms. They're just donating to this particular person for expenses because of a death.
Well, see, this is the thing, and the Zealy thing, Echo. That sounds like I'll check into that. I think what we got to do though is I've got to have a record. We've got to have a record of who donated what.
So here's the problem. I don't mean to cut you off, Jamie, but here's the problem. So what you're talking about, hot pot, it is good and well, but the problem is simply this. I had this happen back when we were helping out Mr. Holster, and I got screwed over with PayPal. And I never said a damn word about firearms, nothing. Someone reported it, and because they reported it, they canceled out everything. That money is still sitting there. That money's never been returned to the people that sent the money. There's all kinds of issues there. And trust me, it pisses me off big time. So we're trying to avoid that issue.
And give, send, go in their thing, in their conditions, it says firearms is a bad thing.
It only takes one person to get ticked off and turn around and report it and blah, 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 blah. And then you have all kinds of problems. It's stupid. You don't think anyone would do that in our community, but unfortunately it's happened. It's happened in the past, and I'm sure it will happen again.
Well, they suck.
Yeah.
Yep.
And trust me, it's nothing but issues. There's a lot of things I've wanted to do over the past few years that I couldn't do because I can't use PayPal. There's just no way. I'm done with PayPal. Is done with me. They've been done with me, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's no way to fix it. So we gotta be real careful how we do it because we want this to go right. We don't want anything happening, and we just want it to go right, go well, and get the money over and help the family.
I wonder if Cash App has any restrictions on it.
I believe Cash App is a part of PayPal, so be careful.
But see what we've got.
Cash App is a part of Square. They're owned by Square.
Oh. My wife has a Square. I'll have to ask her if she knows anything about that.
I take it for tattooing.
Okay.
Well, for my work, I mean, I accept Cash App because they also have the Square guarantees behind it. If there's any fraud.
The thing is being able to keep track of who gave what. Yeah, I know, preacher. Who gave what, how many entries they get, when we reach the goal, and when we can give you your prizes that you won. And I wish that everybody would win something, but unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. But the way we've done it in the past has been $10 to get you one entry. I think we need to up that a little bit. I'm thinking 20 will get you one entry, or and I think we'll go with that. If y'all can come up, if somebody can help me figure this out, the sooner we get started, the sooner we can get done. And we've got lots of other stuff we want to get done too. So, yeah.
It's a big thing, guys. It's not a small thing. It's tough losing someone, but it's tough losing someone and having other things you got to take care of on top of that. And so all we're trying to do right now is just help the family out a little bit and get them going to where they're in a better place versus where they're at now. And y'all are friends with Willie. Y'all knew Willie. So it's just a small thing that we can all do and help out with. We got a few people asking whether the Reloaders Network could do something. We'd have to ask Bacon. I don't know.
what I want to know is if Jamie comes over here and I take a picture of me handing him $20, does that count as an entry even though I'm going to pass it forward if my name is called?
There also will be a prize of something that Willie owned, and that will be donated from the family.
Sounds like you got a secret.
Uh, it ain't carved in stone. Uh,
Well, if
Being
you
in
want to,
ballistics, that's a great idea. Although I'm more inclined to swap those numbers at 100 slots at $40 each uh, to give more people the opportunity to win something. So I don't know. We're gonna get on this pretty hard. So
all I'm
about
saying
three,
is y'all figure it out and I'm in. How about that?
That's a good idea, but I'd probably split that and do it the other way. So 200 and break it down so it's a little bit more.
200 slots at $20 a piece.
Yep.
I'm just saying I'm in. So whatever. There's your one.
Yeah, break it down that way. I think that'd be better that way.
I'll take number 2.
There we go. We're up to 2.
But we just got to figure out the payment system. That's the thing.
Exactly. Y'all ain't got that figured out yet, so I don't know who to send the money to. So hopefully I'll see Jamie Monday morning and I'll give him my money.
I just don't know that I'm going to be there at 5:30. It is my day off, right?
Oh well,
That
you
would
got a bunch of them now. School's out.
that would be awesome. DWD37. If you have one, send me an email at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com, and I'll give you an address to ship it to if you have one. Uh, I think I'm on a blogfundly.com GoFundMe alternatives. Thanks, Andy. I'll check that out after the stream. So
Got her started.
okay, give me a call after the show, Mike. Uh, yeah, you're right, Ben and Ballistics. 40 slots are a lot easier to keep up with than 100 slots. But uh, at the same time, Willie was a working man, and we want everybody to be able to donate and possibly win something. Uh, $100. Some of us can do that. Others would struggle to come up with $100, and that's my only concern. Venmo, maybe. A lot of possibilities. Anyway, uh, good night, Andy. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
See you, Andy.
Good night,
Not
brother.
Andy.
Uh, we do, Hobbies Hobo. Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog uh, has his FFL dealer that he deals with in Louisiana. He's going to build the lowers, and he will have them sent to the winner to their FFL. So that's taken
Well,
care of on that end.
it's all good and well having an FFL, but it's not dealing with the money side of it. That's the problem that we have. The problem's the money side.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the problem is how to get the money where it needs to be.
I mean, the FFL. I mean, heck, there's people I can talk to. There's people I'm sure many of the folks in here can talk to as far as FFLs go. So
Hey, I'm sure
that's not
everybody
the
on the
issue.
panel's got
The
somebody
issue right now is the money side of things.
Hey, Jamie, you were asking me earlier about that barrel. The gas block system on it is .750. The gas hole diameter on that is 0.093.
So that's pretty much standard. We ought to be good with a A2.
Yeah.
Is it a rifle length? Is it a mid length?
It's rifle length. It's
Okay.
20-inch barrel, stainless, heavy barrel, straight fluted. Yeah.
And it's going to have A2 furniture on it.
All right. I think I have a gas block I can send you.
So yeah, Abigail, I work for a living. I know what it's like to come up with an extra $100. So yeah,
No, and that's what we're talking about. We want to make it fair to everyone. We're gonna break it down. It was thrown out there, 40 and do 100 and all the rest of it. That's a great idea, but at the end of the day, we want to break it down and make it fair to everyone.
right.
So don't worry, it will be fair. There'll be plenty of opportunity to win things. We got to remember, guys, the big thing here is we're trying to take care of the family. We're not trying to get people prizes. It's all good that you're going to win something, but it's about helping people, about helping out the family, remembering Willie, honoring Willie, and being a part of something a little bit bigger than yourself.
Exactly. And let's remember Willie. I bet you do, Rebel. He says he knows an FFL. Uh, I know Willie well enough. I mean, we talked every day. I know that if we were having a fundraiser and charging $100 for a ticket to win a prize, I'm not sure Willie could enter. And, uh, you know, Bending Ballistics got some great ideas. And I appreciate them. I really do. Yeah, Abigail, we could stand an A2 charging handle. I mean, a carry handle, whatever. We'll get that. Dang, Bending Ballistics can cut custom barrels. Dang, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wish we'd known that sooner.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm in for one and Angel's in for one. So there's two. And then Gene already said he's in. So there's three.
All right, so hold on.
Give me four. Give me four. Five.
Can you bring that comment back up, Jamie? All right, so yeah, this is a huge thing right here. So he didn't know Willie, but he's talking about how people speak so highly of Willie. This goes for a lot of people that we've known over the years that we've lost. We sit here on live streams. We sit here and we talk to each other. We interact. We do this. We do that. Sometimes we're lucky enough where we can actually meet up and shoot together. And then you meet people like Willie, and you meet people like C-Max. You meet people like Might As Well Be and some others that we've lost over the years. And it's a whole different realm when you meet them in person. But when you can understand some of the things that these people did, like Willie, for example, Willie served this country and Willie served it willingly. And that's not meant to be a pun or anything like that. You can laugh if you want to, but it's not meant to be a pun. But he served it willingly. And he fought hard for this country. And during this time, especially during this time, it's a great time to remember who he was and what he fought for. So to someone out there who's commenting like that, man, I appreciate that comment because Willie was someone I wish you could have known. I really do. Willie was just someone who was an awesome man. He really was. Great friend, great man overall.
Okay, so
Amen.
now y'all understand what we're trying to deal with about the money and being able to verify this, that, and the other, and make sure it gets to the family. And
Well, verification before was an email. You had to screenshot and email to confirm your entry when you donated your money.
say that again.
Before we do a screenshot on these donations, do a screenshot of your donation, and then that was emailed to a specific email to be put into it.
Yep. That or email your receipt, one of the two. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
And we want to do it the same way, but it's just finding the platform of the donation. That's the issue we have, is finding the actual platform for the donation.
Well, I'm telling you, maybe look into Cash App, because you can also get a free Cash App card with the account that's set up, and once that amount has hit that card could be given to her, and she can use that card freely as a debit card.
Okay, so Tread has an excellent question. Jamie, what email do you want people to get a hold of you for, either donations or additions as far as parts, pieces, and all the rest of it?
I put it in the side chat. Let me go back up here and find it. That one.
All right, so if you guys have any questions, you have anything you want to send, you want to help out, shoot us an email, let us know. It is appreciated.
One thing though, like we don't so a lot of the stuff, like as far as the AR builds go, a lot of the stuff that we already have, so we might have people sending parts that don't need be that aren't going to be needed either.
Well, and that's the thing, email first.
Yeah.
So shoot us an email, ask us what we got, what we need, and if we need it, we'll let you know. If we don't need it, we'll let you know too. That way, you're not sending something we don't need.
And then as far as what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing Kyle does. I'm going to put an entry in, but if I were to win, I want to pass that off.
Jamie, I still got the 2 muzzle devices, so just keep that in mind. I didn't hear it on the list. That way no one tries to send a couple out.
Actually, you know what, Michael? That's an excellent thing. That's the only problem with something like that with money orders is it's going to take a little bit longer because of the mail. So we're going to be sitting here waiting to get those, to receive them, to figure out who's got what, and so on and so forth. It would just take a little bit more time.
They're probably going to have to be postal money orders or from the bank.
Something backed up, because there's going to be as many as that goes, and things get lost. We all know how that is. That's
that one's good. It's a good idea, but it's a little risky, and there's a lot involved with that.
So back to the Lee 6-pack press. Can we get Leadsmith and Hot Pot to expound on their thoughts about it?
Man, I haven't really looked into that press. I've used a lot of Lee equipment. I probably never would have got into hand loading if it wasn't for Lee. I don't think I would be interested in trying it, just for the simple fact, though, that I pretty much have settled on having one good single stage and one good progressive. And I'm pretty satisfied with the Dillon that I've got, the 550. Little Lyman single stage is pretty good. But I definitely am kind of curious to see how it works out, because Lee has been an incredible innovator, and they have really produced a lot of great stuff, but the problem is they've also produced a lot of stuff that sometimes people regret. Uh, so it's going to come down to what is the person looking for in a press? Does it fit their need? Is the budget priority? If they're just trying to put a little bit of ammo together, I don't think they necessarily would benefit from something like that. They benefit more from, a simple single stage or something like that. Some of these things are, you kind of learn what your needs are as you're moving along. But that might have been something I would have looked hard at in the beginning. But I think I'm at a point now. I'm pretty satisfied with just the two types of systems I currently run.
I can certainly understand that.
Walks Fletcher has an excellent comment. Lee has great ideas but cheap materials. That's exactly it. They have excellent ideas, but they always end up using cheap materials and having issues.
I'm not so sure about that, Fuzz. Y'all can argue that one out amongst yourself.
Yeah, Roger's a little older. Roger's a little older than that. He predates 75 for starting.
Ain't touching that one with a 10-foot pole. So, Hot Pot, what are your thoughts on the league?
Well, when I got into reloading, first I agree with everything Leadsmith said. I mean that was well said. I got into reloading and I looked to Lee because of the budget side of it. But on the other side of it, I've got 3 Lee presses now. I've got a single stage, a turret, and a progressive. And each one has its purpose for me. So looking at the new one, I don't know. It looks like a good combination between the turret and the Loadmaster. A little bit of both. And I have all the components to buy that one and complete it out. Just having all the equipment. But I don't know. I'm kind of like with Leadsmith, man. I got everything set up for what I'm doing. Do I really want to add something else into the mix like that? Don't know. Maybe. You never know, man. Never know.
I heard the update they did on the progressive press that they recently did. A lot of people were real satisfied. Have y'all heard much about that? The second generation, whatever it is, to the Lee Loadmaster.
Somebody on the side chat was talking earlier about the Pro 1000.
That might have been it.
And he said that the newer ones work a lot better than the older ones. So Chico likes his Lee jeans.
Yeah, Mark's got a great comment to him to reply to that. Mark Thomas.
That was good. I really like Lee equipment. It's budget friendly. It's lasted me. I'm actually on. I've got 2 Lee Loadmasters, and the first one I think I wore it out, man. I'm sewing tens of thousands of rounds through that thing, and for the cost of it when I bought it, it paid for itself 100, 300-400 times over.
Bending Ballistics, email us at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com, man.
Tread put it up. I put it up. It's just all lowercase, no spaces. Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com. So,
and we appreciate the fact that you want to help, man. That's huge. So
absolutely. that it's it's intriguing. That 6-pack is intriguing. I'm glad Jason sent us that link and gave us something to discuss tonight. And I think it really is. It's interesting. Um, I don't know, man. I'm like you guys. It's like when somebody's looking at a gun, and the first question we ask them, "What do you want to do with it?" It's the same with your presses. What do you want to do with them? And it seems most of us on the panel are settled into the way we go about doing things, and yeah,
And that's the thing. You're always gonna figure out what works for you, and whether it's a single stage, whether it's a turret press, whether it's a progressive press, um, you'll figure it out.
right on, man. Some
The,
of
o-
Lee's stuff is good. Ain't no
the
doubt.
only issue I have with the Lee 4-hole turret press is the priming system. The priming system sucks.
You mean the Lee safety prime?
It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as their frickin' beam scale.
I knew that was going to come up at some point tonight. The safety.
That is one thing I can proudly say I have never purchased. It
Yeah,
just
safety.
gave me the willies looking at it in the catalog.
Well,
see,
I know.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, sir.
I was just gonna say, I was thinking about that Lee safety scale earlier. Whenever we were talking about how some of these presses just require a little bit of tinkering and a little bit of tinkering for this and a little bit of finesse with that, and the presses run great. And then I started thinking to myself, man, that sounds like a lot of the reviews I've read on the Lee safety scale. You gotta tinker with them a good while.
Okay, brother, I love you. You got to know this. But you actually read the reviews for a Lee safety?
Hey,
I never got
I
that
was
far with
looking
it.
at scales a long time ago. I figured I'd be remiss to not look at Lee and their review.
Fair
I
enough.
couldn't help it, brother. That was too easy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you set yourself up.
James, I can make mine work. The Lee Safety Prime. Uh, yeah.
I mean, I could make it. So all right. So let me clarify. So when I first got into reloading, C-Max, you all know C-Max Arms. Um, he was a huge proponent in me getting into reloading, and I started with a Lee 4-hole turret because of him. I could make the priming system work, but it was a bitch to make it work. It slowed down the process big time.
Yeah.
Now I use that and I get it to work, but when I bought it, I bought two. One of them I got to work. The other one got chucked off to a friend of mine who was starting to reload.
Yeah, we got to get Chris back on here. He's using a Lee to do 9mm, the Loadmaster. I got to ask him what priming system he uses. Y'all guys know I love my Frankfurt Arsenal hand primer. That thing is way cool, man. I recommend it to anybody. And did Bulldog show up in here?
Here,
He
there,
did.
there.
Howdy.
You talking about what priming system I use?
Yeah,
I use the same one you're using.
Lee
That Lee,
Safety Prime.
no, that Frankfurt Arsenal hand primer. I don't use the priming system on that Lee. That got ripped off right out the gate.
Good deal. Good deal.
I know it's a little slower, but I like hand priming all my brass, and then I run
Yeah,
it
man,
through.
but you don't have to.
It's essentially faster when you think about it, though, because if you're using that primer system on the press, all the time you take to try and line it up just right and do this and do that and do this and do that, dude, I can do this so much faster. Pull the piece of brass, pull the handle, pull the brass, pull the handle. I can do that so much freaking faster on the Frankfurt Arsenal.
Yeah, I deprime all my brass on my RCBS turret, and then I hand prime it all, and then I'll run it through.
Yeah, that was already primed brass going through a progressive is not that big a deal, guys. Paul Loud likes the RCBS automatic bench primer. That thing's a good looking unit too.
Works good. Yep.
Yeah. Thumbs up for that. I've been enjoying it. I gotta tell you guys, I used the Lee Safety Primer system for several years, and eventually I used it so much that I actually wore out the springs inside of it. And I hardly ever use small pistol primers, so I took apart the safety primer for the small primer system, took the springs out of it, and I rebuilt my large pistol primer. What do we call these things? Safety primer system. Yeah, I rebuilt one.
Man,
Great.
what a mess.
And so, like James Powell said, he's got the first one from the 80s. Maybe the first one was the one they should have stuck with.
What's like the Lee hand primers? They got the first generation, whatever it's called. I can't remember the Lee hand primer, whatever. Perfect. It doesn't say perfect on it, but the first one I got was the old generation, and it works okay. A little picky once in a while, but it works okay. The second one I bought, junk. Flat out junk.
I broke off a couple of them little dog bone looking toggle bars. I wore them right out.
Well, that and the plastic spring that the gate loads, the primer passes through the slot, that little deal that raises up and down had this accordion shaped looking plastic washer. Well, it broke the first day. And they were quick to send me new pieces, but the tolerances are off. I have to bring the case forward to get it to seat. The primer, it's junk. So I use the old one. I figured I'd leave one set up for large and leave one set up for small just to make it quick and easy, but it's not. It's
so I got a Willie story if y'all want to hear one.
Oh yeah.
Getting close to Christmas time this past year, and I found the Frankfurt Arsenal hand primer on sale, and I got this thing in the cart and fixing to hit order, and he calls me up and sends me a picture through a text. His came in. He ordered one, and it came in right as I'm about to buy this thing for him for his Christmas present. And I'm gonna have it direct shipped and not tell anybody anything, right? And so I'm like, dang it, Willie, I got it in the cart fixing to hit place order, and you've already got it. That was going to be your Christmas present, butthole, like that. And he Will, he just give me that grin, that, eat crap and die look. That, y'all seen him do it 100 times. And like when he'd be on this chat and say something he wasn't supposed to say, and I'd say, Willie, like that, and he'd go, anyway. So I said, well, I can't think of anything else to buy you, Willie. You've got everything I can think of for reloading and stuff like that. He says, you don't have to get me anything. You surprised me with a backpack last year, and I didn't get you anything. And I'm like, okay, if you promise not to buy me anything, I promise I won't buy you anything. He said, okay. The next day, a Lyman Gen 6 powder measure shows up at my house.
That's Willie.
That's Willie.
That is Willie 110%.
Yep.
It's like so last year Willie was doing a lot of going around and buying up things from people local to his area who were trying to get rid of stuff. Well, he picked up a whole bunch of different RCBS stuff. He picked up a whole bunch of dyes, some molds and some other things. And he asked if I was interested in it. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be interested in this, and this. Just tell me how much and I'll send you the money. Well, I got no reply to that. And next thing I know, I go to my P.O. box and I get this big ass box from Willie. Well, I have a box of brass, bullet molds, and some other stuff, and a note that says, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. And that is the epitome of Willie. He would not take a damn thing no matter what you did.
And actually, that Christmas card was probably misspelled.
No, it was not misspelled. I still have that note, and I keep that note, and I treasure that note because
yes, I've got a couple too.
That note is one that I will treasure forever.
That seems to be his trademark. He always misspells something.
That's what I loved about the text you get from him and texting back and forth. It was either autocorrect word in place of what he wanted to say or a totally misspelled word, but you knew what it was.
Yeah.
You just
no, Venturi.
You just rolled with it.
Yeah.
He would always use speak to text, and it would jack everything up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man.
Well,
I hate that we lost that live chat on Uncle Jim because we had a good time remembering him that night. But that channel's been zapped, so that's gone forever. I hope Pat caught it because he was in the process of backing up everything on Uncle Jim's live chats. I hope he caught that. Because everybody's heart sank a few levels that night.
Yeah, I was on there for a little bit, and he asked me point blank, y'all know I won't lie to you unless it's absolutely necessary. He asked me point blank, what's going on? And he could tell I was about in tears, and I just found out earlier that day. And, but anyway, we're here to have fun, and Willie wouldn't want us all down in the dumps. And
he's up there just laughing at us now.
He's looking down right now, going, "You assholes! Quit freaking crying over me! Quit doing this! Get your head out your butts and actually have some fun." That's what Willie's doing right now.
Ranger up and get it done.
Ranger up and get it done.
Oh,
Scotsman and I were talking earlier today, Willie didn't have much of a filter, and he would give me that look when I'd get on to him for saying something bad, and he'd give me that grin and that fake grin, and I told Scotsman, I said, you know, if Willie had a filter, he'd have been on every Friday night, and he would have. But you never could. You never could quite trust what's coming out of Willie's mouth. You know what I mean?
Sometimes he gave that look right before he spoke too,
I
so
was
you
gonna
knew it
say
was coming.
before he let it fly out.
I am grateful to the Lord Almighty that as many of y'all got to meet him as you did, because man, he was something different.
Here's the thing. So when it comes to, and it's not just military people in general, but whenever you meet someone who is genuine, like Willie was, he's always gonna say it how it is, and whether you want to hear it or not hear it, it's coming out no filter. Period.
I mean, the situation is what it is. Whether or not you want to hear it is your business.
We sat down at restaurants with Willie and heard things come out of Willie's mouth that was like, "Really? You just said that, Willie?" And
Shoney's out of this.
and you know, I'm glad I was there to experience all of that. I wouldn't change it for a
I'd
second.
forgotten all about that until you just said that.
I wouldn't change it for a second.
Oh, that was great. Oh,
I was bringing him home from the airport, and we met up with Chico and Carter and Nate. And Chico, I think he was pretty good that night. Don't you think he behaved himself fairly well? I think so.
oh,
He
is
still
Chico
had
in
his.
the house? Is Chico in the house?
He's in
Yeah,
the
he
side
is.
chat.
He is. Okay. I'm sorry. I ain't got my glasses on. I hadn't been reading it. I want to tell Chico that him and Carter look like two very handsome men in their Instagram videos. I don't know if any of y'all have seen them. Uh, man, y'all both clean up good. That's all I can say. Y'all were two handsome men. That was impressive, man. I like that. I even showed Angel. I was like, look. She goes, "Is that Chico?" I said, "Yeah, he's in a suit."
That was a cool video.
Yeah, yeah.
Abigail, that's exactly it. I can guarantee you, if I knew Willie back in the day when I was going to bars, oh, me and Willie would have gotten all kinds of trouble. I
Oh
guarantee
no,
it.
no, no! Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up.
I guarantee it. There would be no way. Put it this way, I'd probably never be here now. I probably would have been in jail a long time ago with Willie.
Booze and Bullets popped in. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, brother?
Booze and Bullets, we are working on something pretty special to help the family out. We're just trying to figure out a good payment system as far as that goes, um, so we don't have any issues.
I'm just trying to send a hug to her.
But yeah, we're in the process of remembering Willie as well. So we're just talking some stories, man.
Yeah, we're just reliving. We're sitting around a bar stool acting like dang fools. Oh man.
Bulldog, I'll send you one for the after chat. We're about to start going through the room now, and
Wow, it is.
it's 10 minutes till, and we've got a lot of folks on here. So, Chris, I'm sorry you didn't get to say a whole lot tonight, man. You all right over there?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just taking it all in.
Well, when you get this new Lee six-pack press, I'm looking forward to the reviews and the videos and stuff.
I might
Yeah.
try it out.
I'll let you be the
I'm
guinea
open to
pig.
new ones. I'm open to new ones. I'm always open to new ones. but I ain't gonna be their guinea pig unless they give me one, and ain't nobody gonna give me one. So I'll watch everybody else's YouTube reviews and all that and see what's up.
So what you're saying is you're not buying a SIG anytime soon either.
I don't need a SIG, sir.
Well, you don't want to be a guinea pig, and that's
Well,
all SIG is you're the guinea pig.
well, I don't need a press either. Hell, I got 6 of them sitting over here on the floor. My table's on the back deck.
We all know how your room looks.
You understand.
We'll have to work on that.
I don't know if enough of us old people can get together to pick the thing up and bring it in the house.
Okay, so Chris, you have a schedule, right? You got certain days you put up videos.
Yeah. So yeah, I try to put a content video up every Tuesday and Thursday, and then do the live chat on Wednesday night.
Yeah, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, 9 to 11 Eastern, 9 to 10:30. Just depends on how many people we keep in the side chat. I know it gets a little late on a weeknight, so been shutting a lot of them down around 10:30.
That's pretty cool, man. Look what West Covina Dodge did, y'all. 1858 Army. Is it an Army or a Navy? West Covina.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and he screwed up. He confessed to the little woman. Oh, dear Lord.
I got a couple of those. One of them's timed up just right. The other one's out of time. I need a couple parts, but those are fun. I got to get out and shoot them.
Oh, there we go. 44, baby.
Army 44. Okay, man. That's cool.
You want to sell it?
I bet they got more where he got them.
I mean, I'm just asking for a friend.
It's all about the Army.
It is.
Battle beam.
So, Chris, thanks for being here, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I always love coming on here and hanging out with you guys. Good time.
We're honored. We're honored to have you, man. That's what I was thinking, Walks. Army is a 44, Navy is 36.
Right. That's what. Yeah, that part.
Get her the Navy. Be a little less hard on her wrists and elbows. Mark, what you got working on, bro?
Oh, a little more 308 Mauser, a little more brass prep. Never ends with brass prep. Nothing fancy going on, guys. Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it tonight. Good to see a couple of people I haven't seen in a while. Chris, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Mark.
Yep. And we'll pass it over there to Austin.
Hey, folks, and I really appreciate you having me here tonight. As far as working on stuff, I'm mainly just mostly domesticated stuff right now, but still got a lot of work to do with my CZ cast bullet project, so that's still ongoing. And guys, I just want to say I never did meet Willie, but I really feel like I know him just with hearing your stories. In fact, those stories sound a whole lot like some folks I used to know. So, yeah, sounds like definitely a good man. Thanks for just bringing him up and talking about his life. It's nice to be able to connect with folks. So, yeah, just hey, everybody, it's like we talked about in the beginning. For Memorial Day, take a moment, say a prayer. There's still a lot of families out there that are dealing with the loss. That's a recent loss of our service members, and just thank the Lord for the work that they did to help provide this country, this greatest country that's ever been, with the freedoms and securities that we have. So, once again,
Amen.
thanks for having me. God bless everybody.
Amen, brother.
Thank you for being here, brother. Mr. Hot Pot, what do you got working on, brother?
Well, thanks for having me, Jamie. I really appreciate it. Thanks to the panel. Side chat's been hopping. Lots of viewers still. Well, you put me after Led Smith, and he's got it all, man. He's standing down tonight. I didn't get to know, never got to meet Willie either, but watching the videos and seeing him on the chats, I felt like I did know him. And he had that same sarcastic attitude that I get. Yeah. I really wish I got to meet him. Let's see. This weekend we've got an IDPA match tomorrow and a USPSA Sunday, which I will see Chris at. And man, I just hope everybody has a good weekend, and just remember those that have fallen.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow too, Gene.
Thank you, sir.
And I will see you on Sunday.
You're not shooting tomorrow, Chris?
Yeah, I'm shooting another USPSA match, but
Okay.
yeah, I got back-to-back matches this weekend.
Good deal. Mr. Scotsman, what are you working on, bro?
Well, I appreciate being here. It's good to be here. It's been an excellent chat, lots of good discussion, and Austin said it. Austin said it pretty much for everyone, man. This weekend is about remembering those that have fallen and paid the ultimate price. We are probably, and we've said this before in the past, but I think it really reigns true more now than ever that we are in the biggest fight for our rights in our life that we've ever seen. We are dealing with the World Health Organization. We're dealing with all kinds of other stuff going on to where they are trying to basically take away everything that we have. And it's sad because we've had so many people over the years who stepped up to the plate to pay the ultimate sacrifice so that we could be here and have what we have. And I, for one, am proud to be here and proud to be an American and proud to say that I am an American because it took a lot to get here. It took a lot to be here. And for all those that paid that sacrifice so that I could be here, I am very, very thankful. And so this weekend, I just hope you all remember those that did pay that price. And yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate it, and stay safe, stay vigilant, and I hope to see you Sunday.
Very good. I hope I make it this Sunday. CW, what you got going on?
Not a whole lot planned. Just laying low, nursing along this knee. Got probably do a couple of videos of something. I'll figure out something I can do something on. I've been playing with the 450 Bushmaster, so I'll do something with that probably. I'm talking with Dummy around a lot about his. He's done a couple of videos and he's having some trouble, so probably
You put up a video I've not seen yet. I think it was yesterday. A casting video over on Rumble.
Yeah, I did a short on here and then linked it to the Rumble video. 3 different molds. I don't know, 23 or 24 pounds of lead. Quite a few bullets.
Yeah, I've seen that picture you sent me. So, thanks for being here as always, brother. And,
Good times. Don't miss it.
good
Won't
deal.
miss it if I'm able.
There you go. And now we are overtime. What's going on, Kyle?
I'm just loving life, living the dream. I'm glad that Ricky got to meet up with CW and they had some camaraderie. Our country's in a rough state. We all got to stand together. because there's a lot of bad forces trying to disrupt our normal way of life and the way that we've been living, and we got to fight back and vote against it. So I want to push that. Um, I'm gonna hang out with family, friends, and uh, fallen heroes this weekend. And Jamie, I do need Melissa's address because I want to send her one of these flags. Other than that, I got about nothing, and I'm done.
Well, thanks, brother. I would say
Not me. Not me.
Mark, can't you find happy trails?
Okay. Should have told me that off the air, damn it. Bombadita, bombadita.
Oh man, if anybody
All,
ever
all,
finds
all I gotta say is yippee ki mother.
if
Bleep.
if Martians find this written on a damn album on the side of a spacecraft, they're gonna laugh their ass off at that.
That's funny.
Side chat, guys, thanks for being here. We saw, I think, 53, 54 at one point. We're 2 hours into this. There's still 43 of y'all out there. Thank you so much. To piggyback off what Led Smith was saying earlier about Memorial Day, Jesus said, "Greater love has no one than this, than he would lay down his life for his friends." The American soldier died for your freedom. Jesus Christ died for your eternal soul. Thank you for being here. If he's willing, we'll see y'all next Friday night at 8 o'clock. May the Lord bless y'all real good. Say goodnight, y'all.
Good
God
night.
bless everyone. Good night.
Night, John boy.